Hello, fellow social informaticians. Welcome to the third session of our class, Social Informatics. Today, that is in fact the second session that we are working on the social aspects of informatics. This is our topic, data versus information. When we go to the public context, even in technical, in professional situations, the terms data and information are often used interchangeably. It's very common. But they are not actually the same. And you as data analyzers and you as computer informaticians and you as data experts, information experts, according to all the definition that we discussed together in the first session, you should have a more professional attitude, understanding, or knowledge regarding these two terms that you are gonna hear a lot. So this session we are gonna work on that. There are subtle differences between these components and their purposes. Okay, here in this slide, we have what is data. Let's check all the bullets together one by one. Data is defined as a collection of individual facts or statistics. So, when you have combination of everything somewhere, it is called data. As you can see here, data might include individual prices. For example, you see in a book, in a manual, in a page, 1,000 prices. It doesn't mean special. Or you have collection of individual weights, addresses, ages, names, temperatures, dates, distances, or any other type of things that carries some sort of facts, but it doesn't have more meaning. As you can see, we have prices that are numbers, we have names that are text. Also, data could be in the form of figures, images, graphs, or symbols. Anything that represents some sort of fact in itself. But the main point about data is that data is a raw form and on its own doesn't carry any significance or purpose. For example, if I show you a page that has 100 names, it doesn't have any significance. And as you can see in this image that you can see here that I'm showing you, it shows that there is no organization with data. And when we go further, you are going to understand all these things much better. Okay, so just be patient. And if you have any question or anything even challenging my definition comes to your mind, just write it down and quickly reach out to me so we can discuss it more. Because today we only going to talk about data and information and the differences between them. Data can be simple and may even seem useless until it is analyzed organized, and interpreted. So now you are getting some connection with this page and the name of your program, Data Analytics. It says data can be simple and may even seem useless until it is analyzed, organized, and interpreted. Because individual pieces of data are rarely useful alone. You need to process it to get it to some sort of meaning. For example, just imagine all the text messages that a person has in their cell phone. In themselves, although they are facts over there saved in form of text, but by their own they are useless. There is some sort of organization needed to bring value to that set of data, and here you get the meaning of your major. So to wrap up this page, data is something that some sort of facts that they are individual and by themselves they have no meaning and significance. We need to bring meaning to them. With what? Organization, analysis, interpretation, and all these things. So when you see a piece of paper full of numbers that you cannot understand anything from them, you are dealing with data. But what is information? When we define the meaning of information, you should get a better understanding of data. Here, the image shows the difference between information and data very well. You see the type of things that the user is dealing with have some sort of organization. You see here we have bar chart. You see here we have pie chart. You see here we have some sort of curve, not curve, I forgot it. Plot. You have here a plot over some points that are scattered over this chart. So there are some sort of organization. So if imagine all the things that you see in this page, in the image, are resulted from this type of data that you have here. So we got this image that you see here after organization to this. So this shows a journey from data to information. When you do some sort of processing on data, information is on the other side. There are some delicate points that I'm gonna discuss all of them with you. As you can see in the first bullet, it says information is the result of analyzing and interpreting pieces of data. Information is gained through study. So it means that you have some sort of data, you study them, and you create information. Information is gained through communication, because in communication, you start getting the data, working on that, asking questions, and during that communication, you process and reprocess the data that is created over there, or information is gained through research. So you have big amount of data and you start doing research on those type of data to create some sort of information from them. Whereas data is the individual figures, as we talked about it, figures, numbers, graphs, plots. Information is the perception of those pieces. So when you put a context over a set of data that you have, no matter they are graphs, no matter they are numbers, no matter they are figures, no matter they are names, the conception you get, the perception you get, the scenario you can put over that collection is called information. And again, my friends, we are going to discuss this with more examples. And after this session, you clearly can distinguish between these two definitions as an expert. For example, a set of data could include temperature readings in a location over several years. For example, we have temperature in Alabama, for example, in Birmingham for 50 years. Without any additional context, those temperatures have no meaning because they are just some numbers. You have, for example, 1,000 numbers that they are temperatures of Birmingham during 50 years. By themselves, they don't have any meaning. They need some sort of intelligence. They need some sort of processing. They need some sort of analysis to create something out of them. And when that processing comes to our help, when you analyze and organize that information, you could determine seasonal temperature patterns. For example, you can come up with some data that says, for example, at 1 month, the hottest temperatures usually happen. So it is some sort of information. Why it is information? Because it is the result of some sort of processing that you put over there. You have something, you process it, you get something. I'm sure at this point you start having some question in your mind that I'm going to answer in the following slides, because now I want to give you the definition of data and information alone before we start discussing the relation between them. And finally, about the last one, data does not depend on information. However, information depends on data, because data is something just factual things that we have, we see, we get, we hear without any analysis. But information needs data to be created. So one question that may comes to your mind is this: if we have this set of facts here, let's call it A, can we say for sure if it is data or if it is information? Think about this question. But if we have set of facts A and B next to each other, can we say which one in comparison to the other one is data and which one is information? So the question is that, can we independently say A is data